President of the United States knew about this virus in late 2019. He was briefed about the virus, even though he said he was not, but now documents show that he was briefed. But in early January, he was still saying it was a hoax. The virus is a hoax, perpetrated by the Democratic Party. Later on in early February, he did say, well, it's real, but we got it totally under control, quote unquote, totally under control. Just maybe one death, 15 people, it's under control. And he knew then that it was an airborne virus that needed attention. And this latest information that's coming out now with the Woodward book shows that he knew, but he decided that he would not act because of political reasons, which is a lack of leadership. Unfortunately, this president has a following that anything he says, they believe. So because he said it was a hoax, they act like it was a hoax. So here now on the eve of you and I talking, over 200,000 people in the United States alone have passed. And to put that into context, that's more people that died in the last 3 to 4 wars that we've had in this country. And the sad part about it is that it is something that could have been prevented. Simple stuff. CDC is saying that, yes, a vaccine is needed, but if we just follow the protocols like you and I are doing with our mask, wash our hands, social distancing, which you and I are doing, that's simple stuff. But somehow or another it was politicized, and people began to equate it with their personal and civil rights. And so it may be their personal right to not wear a mask, but it's not their personal right to possibly infect other folk. And so unfortunately, the agencies who we always look to for guidance, like the CDC and the public health sectors, they have acquiesced to this president. And they have too been soft-pedaling the impact and the cure, or at least the prevention. And so now we find ourselves here with millions of folk being infected and now to over 200,000 people dead. There was a huge problem with this because the rest of the world in pandemics such as Ebola and the MARS, they look to the United States for leadership. And they looked to the United States for leadership in this particular instance, and it just wasn't there. Before I heard it come out of his own mouth in the book, I was saying that this is more political than it is medical or public health emergency. The non-response is political. So then I heard it out of his own mouth in the interview that is now being shown around the world with the Woodward book, where he did say he wanted to play it down. And he did play it down. The unfortunate part about it is that here we are now, September 21st, and he's still playing it down. Rallies are being held around the country now, and none of these people, for the most part, are practicing social distances. They're not wearing a mask. And everywhere, for the most part, that he's had these public rallies, they're doing tracing to see where there's been a spike. One of the tragic situations that I think about is one of his ardent followers, Herman Cain, noted businessman, former person who ran for president, followed him everywhere he went. And the last event that he went to, which was a super spreader, he had the virus, contacted the virus, and he's dead. The tragedy about this is you never hear the president mention his name now. And he followed him just like a puppy would follow an owner. He has died, and not one person that I know of in that circle came to his funeral, his memorial, because it is evident, as we are seeing from people who are leaving the administration, that this president has one person that he's concerned about, and that's himself.